What's going on, paisanos? V here. So we finally see Salamangreats and what they can do during this weekend. A lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players, the last week, we're talking a lot. I mean, you go on Facebook, all over the place. We're talking about Salamangreats and how they're not that good. Guys, the Salamangreats are not that good. But then we go see what happened this weekend, and evidently they're pretty decent at the very least. No one can make an argument that the Salamangreats are just trash. We're seeing them win both the ARG and the Pro Play tours. Both of these events. In fact, in the case of the ARG tour, the ARG event, we see a lot of decks in the top tier tables playing Salamangreats. But somehow they're bad. I forgot. Oh, damn it. I gotta ignore those. Oh, yeah, and the regionals that Salamangreats are topped in. That's another weird one. Listen, as well as what was it, San Jose, California, which their regionals are in some other places considered to be like a YCS. I'm looking at you, Utah. Anyway, listen, I think Salamangreats are a great deck. I think Salamangreats are a deck deserving of a tier 1 spot, and you need to respect those decks. This weekend shows a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players did not do that, and unfortunately, we have what we have here. Before I begin, guys, please make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and type down below Q for V, and ask me any questions you guys would have to ask, whether it's an OTS store, about the Yu-Gi-Oh market, trading card game, or anything in general. Hashtag Q for V down below. I would love to hear what you guys think about that. And also, thank you to all my Patreons. I'm still working on better tiers. I'll have that coming out soon for you guys. Going back to what I was saying, though, Salamangreats are definitely a deck that you had to respect. This weekend shows not a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players respected the deck, and a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players lost to the deck. I think Salamangreats is definitely in the tier 1 slot. I would say pretty confidently that it belongs in there due to the fact that we've seen so many tops of the deck. And I know a lot of you players are going to say, well, V, I think they're new, and a lot of people didn't know about them, and a lot of people, oh my gosh, a lot of people didn't know how to play against them, so that's why they won. And I would go, you make a great point, person who set me up with a question. Also, the person playing the deck didn't have much time to physically play the deck. So it's a bit of a both sides of a coin kind of deal. Also, looking back at the meta we're in, it's so weird and so diverse and so good. Let me explain. Looking at the YCS, every Yu-Gi-Oh player going into that YCS was playing and siding against Sky Strikers and Ultigeist. They were heavily sided against decks. Some Thunder Dragons as well. After the YCS, we saw Danger variants, we saw Thunder Dragon variants, any kind of spam going second, I'm going to shotgun your face variant deck. That's what we saw at the YCS. Well, this weekend, we saw Salamangreats. We saw a mixture, because I feel like Salamangreats can be a mixture of a combo and a little bit of control combined in one deck. And we saw them top the event. Want my opinion on what's going to be the next dominant deck? It's very simple. It's a mixture. Subterra Guru Control, because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players will forget about this deck. Ultigeist, because a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be taking out cards like Red Reboot, because they want to put other cards in to stop Salamangreat. And Sky Strikers. You know that deck that didn't get touched by banlist again? That's still dominant? That deck? These are huge decks in the meta. And I feel like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to underestimate these decks while focusing on the rest of the decks in the meta. And we might see more of those decks top. All these decks in the meta are good. We have a huge tier 1 list of phenomenal decks. Tier 1.5 as well. And all these decks you have to understand what they do, understand what to stop, and learn against them. It's very difficult. I get it. It's very difficult to choose a deck. I get that as well. But this is what you have to do if you want to play competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! You can't just say, Salamangreats are bad, am I right, everybody? And think that everybody's going to go, yeah, I'm not playing it. And I mean Salamangreats don't become a tier 1 deck. No. In fact, those are people losing this weekend because they had to read the Salamangreat cards as their play was slowly just comboing and controlling the crap out of them. The meta is definitely shifting, my friends, and cards like Fantastical Dragon Phantasme might shift as well. Look at the market price of cards roughly around $79. First is your name into this card's hitting near $89. After that one's gone, they're $90. After those are gone, we're seeing any 5s. Not too long until Fantastical Dragon Phantasme is a $100 card. Now, let's call this card for what it is. Can we just be honest about this card? Because I feel like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are circling around it when they talk about Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. Let me give you a quick deck profile. Hey guys, I'm here in my deck, and I have 3. I wish these were Max C, but they're not, so this is the second best option cards. That's what it is. In fact, coming up with the April ban list, if we get Max C at 1, this card will absolutely still see play. Max C at 2, I don't know if this will see play. Max C at 3, what was that card we used to play before Max C came out? It was like some dragon card. Exactly. This is still a great card. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are still going to be playing this card. But with the release of Max C coming out, I think in April, I mean, wouldn't it would not be crazy for Konami to release Max C in that Power Duelist set and then a banless? They did it with the other kind of Duelist Saga, whatever that, how I wish I could name it set. They did it with that set as well. I would not be surprised they do it with this one. And I think that Max C is a great card, and to have that ultra rarity, that nice ultra rarity, with the release of this set, would be kind of cool. And I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are going to be playing Max C, and they're not going to be playing Fantastical Dragon Phantasme. But the card's a high price, and if you have it, I would keep it. If you have like one of these, I probably would sell it. And if you don't have it, I want to get it. I'll just wait. Do not spend $270 for 3 cards that you put in your side deck. That's insane. Next, Pot of Extravagance. One thing I will say about Pot of Extravagance, besides the fact that I got my third one finally, is that it does not deserve this price point, even though I love this card. And let me explain, guys. You got a market price of $74, and the card's sitting roughly around $75. It's actually a little bit up. Not too crazy. Stabilizing roughly around $75. The thing about Pot of Extravagance is, it's only used in 2 decks for the most part. Altergeist and Subterra Guru Control. Both decks in which you have to have other cards for. With Altergeist, you need to have, like, infinite permanences and all that jazz. Mostly that, though. With Guru Control, you need to have the field spells, which are about $30 a piece. Less than a lot of other cards, but once again, you have to also be able to play that deck competently, which is pretty hard to do, to be honest with you. Guru Control is a very hard deck to build. I'm not sure about play, but definitely build and definitely side and what to side out for and all that stuff. They cannot definitely make mistakes in that deck. With that said, I think Pot of Extravagance will be going down in value with the release of the Unlimited Edition. Konami calls it Special, and Special means not as good. So Unlimited Edition of Savage Strike, and we'll see Pot of Extravagance Unlimited reprints come out, and the price point of this card, I mean not Savage Strike, Pot of Extravagance, the price point of this card will ultimately go down in value. Until we have a deck that can easily abuse it, it's not worth it. Moving forward, guys, Salamangreats Sunlight Wolf throughout the weekend had an $8 market price. Market price showing this card to be about $8.50, and it's around that price point still for a rare from Savage Strike. Little side note: Savage Strike is sold out. If you are at OTS store, you cannot get it at Konami. You cannot get it at any distributors. They are completely sold out of Savage Strike. The well is dry, my friends. The only time you can get some more Savage Strike with the Unlimited Edition, and if Konami decides to make a second wave of Savage Strike. They do most likely for these sets, so I wouldn't be surprised if we see a second wave of first edition Savage Strike coming through, so please do not go crazy for Sunlight Wolf. This is an insanely overpriced card. All the Salamangreats have high value. Even Violet Chimera is $1. My price showing this to be under $2, and we're seeing that roughly around under $2. Almost near that $2 price point, though, if there wasn't so many walls, because it's a damn rare, it should not be worth this much money. Also, Fusion of Fire, it's around $2. Yeah, no, seriously, it's around $2, and there's a ton of them on the market. It's insane, but it's still a high-valued card because it's 1, it's new, and 2, once again, Savage Strike is sold out all over the place. This is something that I don't think a lot of other people realize, the fact that Savage Strike is sold out, it's gone, and we have to now sit here as a store owner and go, alright, hopefully we get more of this. Because if not, we have to wait roughly around, what, 2.5 weeks for the Unlimited Edition of Savage Strike, which is kind of crappy if you want to ask me. Looking at Borderlord Savage Dragon, this card was supposed to go down in value. It's not, because Pendulum Magicians just won the Pro Play Tours, the Pro Play Tour event. Mark is having this card roughly around $26, and we're seeing it here at almost near $26, $25 for the most part. Borderlord Savage Dragon is not used in as many decks, but the decks it is used in are doing things. Henceforth, the cards will maintain value at $25. One big spike throughout this weekend is Psychic Wheeler. I can't even say his name right. $22 market price. Having this card finished in a minute is actually around $25. After that, it goes to $26, and then quickly it's $27, where it hits a wall at 20 of them, almost at the $28 price point. The thing about Psychic Wheeler, it didn't so much play this weekend as well. It was originally $14, and if you guys follow me on YouTube, you hit the subscribe button and you look on YouTube, in the community tab, when this card was roughly around the $14 price point, I literally typed in, go ahead and get your Psychic Wheelers, they are going to go up in value. And they did relatively quickly, actually. The thing about this card is, we don't know the meta relevance of Psychic Wheeler. We don't know if it's going to see play in Burning Abyss. We don't know if it's going to see play in Salamangreats. But we do know it's a great card. And that's the weird thing about this card. I think it will have future potential. Currently, we don't see much happening right now, but the potential is huge with this card. And I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players know that, as a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players went in and bought this card and made the value of the card go higher and higher and higher and higher. Can it have value more in the future? Sure. I think, in my honest opinion, I think it'll go down with the release of the Unlimited Edition, but I still think it's going to be a good card to hold. Also, if you want to sell it, you can sell it if you're not playing Salamangreats. Up next, Summer Limit. Market price has this card at $4 for a common for the Summer Limit. Unlimited mints are almost in that price point. As far as first edition, they're definitely need $3.95. Definitely need a $4 price point. It's almost $4 for a common Summer Limit. Check your quarter boxes at your OTS stores. They definitely have this card. It's insane to see Summer Limit have such a high value, being the fact that this card wasn't really used as many decks, especially this weekend when we saw a lot of deck lists. It's still a phenomenal card. It's still really good against, what, every deck in the meta for the most part, besides very few control decks. And I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players know that. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players who are looking to play, even in the mirror match, want to have Summer Limit due to the fact that it can slow their opponent down. And slowing your opponent down in this meta is a big deal, because once you slow them down, you kill them. They die. Game. Have fun playing Yu-Gi-Oh! So I think Summer Limit's a phenomenal card. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh! Players are opting to finally put this in the side deck. Would love it if Konami made this an OTS Super Rare, at least a common reprint. But this card definitely needs to be an OTS Super Rare. It's an old school, hard to get card. Winged Dragon of Ra Spear Mode I would say at any card side deck wise that would be the MVP, it would be Spear Mode. Think about it. It stops almost everything, especially these hardcore aggro decks when they try to go inside a decent board. It stops Salamangreats easily because they usually leave a board of 3 with their negates, and you just pop a Spear Mode and there goes their negates. It can't do nothing anymore, and then you just combo up and murder them. It's a crazy, crazy good card. You can also opt to play cards like Lava Golem as well, but you have to watch out that little fine text where it says you can't do certain things. Listen, I think Spear Mode and Lava Golem are both great cards. I think I personally like Spear Mode better, but Lava Golem obviously is a good card as well. Looking at the Super Rare version of Spear Mode, which is almost sold out, it's about $12 for a Super Rare. Hell, for that point, the Winged Dragon of Ra Spear Mode, the Ultra Rare from Duelist Pack Battle City, a $14 Ultra Rare, well, I would say get it if you could find it, but it's no longer $14. The market price has this card roughly around $40 for an Ultra Rare Spear Mode. Next, guys, one of the best cards to beat Salamangreats if you're playing either Salamangreats or against Salamangreats, Different Dimension Ground. Different Dimension Ground originally came out on Star Trek Blast. You might find some Ultra Rares that are in Battle's Legends like Revenge, but look at Different Dimension Ground, a card price for the original print version, first edition, which I like more. Market price is almost near the $2 price point, and we're seeing it around the $2 price point, $2.25. During this turn, any monster sent to the graveyard is removed from play instead. If you're playing Salamangreats in the mirror match, and you do your combo, your opponent goes, the minute they start activating anything, you just flip this card up, and there goes their turn. They either create a board by going neg, or they lose. They pass turn, and you go, okay, time to, and you just OTK them. Also, if you're playing against a lot of decks, like I know those decks that run danger, those nasty little danger cards, pretty good against them too. I'll take my danger. I'm gonna flip Dimension Ground. Bye. Listen, I think that Different Dimension Ground's a phenomenal card. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players used to play it, and won't be surprised if Yu-Gi-Oh players opt to play it again. If you want the Battle's Legend Ultra Rare version of Different Dimension Ground, it's under $1. It's relatively inexpensive. And once again, it came out in Battle's Legends Life Revenge. It might be in its locals dollar binder. It's a phenomenal Floodgate side deck card. Next, Silent Graveyard. It's Different Dimension Ground if you play Sky Strikers. It's that simple. This go-on card, effects that activate in the graveyard are negated. I don't know. I like Different Dimension Ground better, but if you are playing Sky Strikers, this is also a phenomenal card. It just came out in the recent OTS pack. You probably see it all over the place in your locals. Grab it up. Throw it to the side. Why not? Another card that saw a lot of play this weekend, which kind of confused me, was Salamangreat players running 3 Artifact Sanctum and 1 Artifact Side, which is kind of weird ratio. I like a 3-2 ratio. 3-1 is, especially if you open up with your side in your hand. Well, I know who else has 3 other dead cards in their deck, unless they get MST'd or whatever. But look at Artifact Sanctum, any version of it is roughly $3 to $4. Whether it's a Battle's Legends Secret Rare, handling around $370. Whether it's 2015 Megaton, handling around $370. After that one's sold, actually, it's going to hit around $5 for the 2015 Megatons. Or if it's the original print version, whose market price was $280. Look at the original print version, it's about $370. And then for first editions, it's about $4.50, almost near $5 for Artifact Sanctum. I personally prefer the Secret Rare version. I think it looks the nicest out of all of them. I just like to see how it looks, and actually it's the most inexpensive version, so that's one I personally would go to. As far as Artifact Size, it's actually going down a little bit in value. Primal Origins Artifact Size is roughly around $9, which is a lot less than its current previous price. 2015 Megatons are about $9s, and the Primal Origins are almost around $9 as well. Once again, guys, this is a phenomenal card. When it hits your field, your opponent can't play with the extra deck. That's it. That's all the card says. And for Salamangreats to play, a 3-1 ratio is really the service. I would definitely say a 3-2 ratio artifact side. Definitely test it out. Opening one side and one Sanctum means you still have one side in deck. It's pretty good. You know, I don't know. That's the way I think about it. Another great card for, again, Salamangreats is Shared Ride. It's obvious. In fact, if you're running Sky Strikers, you probably have this card already. Look at the market price of Shared Ride, it's about $6.80, and actually when you look at Unlimited Lightning Plates, it's under $5. It's going lower for Unlimiteds, my friends. As far as first edition Shared Rides, they're going to run you $6. Now, this is only for the Legacy of Valiant, the original print of Shared Ride. If you want 2014 version of Shared Ride, it's about $4 for the Megatons. And if you want Gold Shared Ride, you don't want Gold Shared Ride, get the dollar commons. It's better than Gold. Gold's hard to look at. As for Shared Ride, after this card resolves, each time opponent adds a card from their deck or graveyard, Salamangreat players, except by drawing it, you can immediately draw one card. Shared Ride automatically becomes max safe against Salamangreats. That's all it becomes. Obviously, Shared Ride's good against a lot of other decks, but definitely great against Salamangreats. If you are playing Sky Strikers, you might actually want to start maining this card again because it's phenomenal against that matchup. Next, Drone Lockbird, which saw play throughout this weekend. A lot of you players are opting to put Drone Lockbird back into the main deck. I'm a big fan of having Drone Lockbird inside, but I don't disagree with this card being in the main. With that said, Drone Lockbird was a little bit under 40 like 2 days ago, and we're seeing over here at $51 for the OTS Pack Ultimate Rare Drone Lockbird. Still a little under its $53 market price, but there's only 20 prices listing. It won't be too much for a Yu-Gi-Oh player, let's say content creator, Yu-Gi-Oh player to go in and get Drone Lockbird and make this card go higher in value. The card's gonna go higher in value. I'm convinced of it. When this card was really cheap and I made a Mark Watch video and people started picking it up, the card went high in value, not because I said it, but because people realized, wait a minute, Hand Trap, Ultimate Rare, we're looking over at Ghost Ogre, which is doing nothing. That's around $70. Let's go find that out, actually. I think it's around $70. Oh, God. No. I typed in bad. Hold on one second. I really want to know. I'm going to say $72. That's what I'm going to say. Get rid of that. Hold on a second. Bam. Okay, well, there's a German $72. But it's actually around $76 for Ghost Ogre Soul Rabbit Ultimate Rare from OTS Pack 5. The reason is simple. There's not many around. There's not many to go around. And a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are opting to grab in those hand traps. Now, as far as your own Lockbird, wouldn't be surprised if it hits that price point. It's just a good hand trap. And I'm not saying it's better than Ogre, Ogre's better than this hand trap. No. When the meta calls for it is when the card's price spikes in high in value. And looking at Ghost Ogre, the meta didn't call for it, but last time I did, the price point, instead of going back down in value, you can put like, I'm going to keep this. This is hard to get cards. And looking at your own Lockbird, it's kind of like that. Now, you can obviously get the OTS Pack 20 Pack 1s, about 20s. The Ultra Rare versions are about 18s. The Star Trek Blast versions are 18s as well, so you might want to get the Ultra Rares. And then you got the Drone Lockbird, most expensive version, from Rare Championship 2011. $194. $400 for a Drawbird, super rare. God, that's crazy price. And 2010 versions, oh, you know, $6. Same exact card, just rare. Alright, guys, moving forward, Mythical Beast Shaco King. With Pendulum Magicians winning Pro Play Games Tour, Mythical Beast Shaco King went crazy. Market price previous for this card was about $13. Looking at over here, it's actually $18 to almost $19 for Mythical Beast Shaco King. Pendulum Magicians don't have many money cards. Shaco King's like, okay, I want to keep my Extreme Force money card time. And that's what we're seeing here. Shaco King's original price point was anywhere from $6 to $8, but it's spiking higher in value due to the fact that this card's getting harder to find because Extreme Force was such a good set. With that said, Yu-Gi-Oh players are opting to grab Pendulum Magicians, and in order to play that deck, you need 2 Shaco Kings. And for $18 to make your deck meta is not that big of a deal. In fact, most of the main deck for Pendulum Magicians is relatively inexpensive, minus Shaco King. The extra deck can get more expensive depending on what you put in it, and even that is, compared to other meta decks, is not too crazy. Moving forward, guys, Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm, the Secret Rare version, is around $6, and there's not many left on the market for the Secret Rare Supreme King Dragon Dark Worm. You can easily get the common version, but if you are like me, you need to get the Secret Rare versions. Enjoy getting them at 6s. Do it quickly before they sell out. Moving forward, Trap Trick, another card which is seeing a lot of play in control decks. Trap Trick from Soul Fusion is roughly around $28, and we're seeing Unlimited hold 28s, where the first editions are roughly around $29. It's not too far away. The thing about Trap Trick and Control decks, they're not showing much prevalence in the meta, so I wouldn't be surprised if this card starts going down in value. Not because it's a bad card, but it'll be going down in value because these decks aren't seeing much play. When these decks are topping again, we'll see this card rise again. It's that simple. And the card will be hard to go back down because it rose from 10 to 20. Now it's 20 to where it is 28, 29. And to be honest with you, if that card rises again, I doubt it'll go any lower quickly. Maybe slowly, but not low quickly. As we're seeing here with a $28 Trap Trick, where it used to be roughly around 32. Inspector Border went up again. Big shocker. Inspector Border 2018 Mega Pack is roughly around $9, where the Extreme Force versions of this card is settling around $11. Makes sense. It makes perfect sense. It's a great card. Great side deck card. Gas Star Beast makes no sense. You see, I love Burning Abyss. I'm a huge Burning Abyss fan. But with Burning Abyss doing almost nothing throughout this weekend at any event, it's hard to see a Gas Star Beast, the Tag Force promo, being $20 when a $17 market price. Gas Star Beast Secret Rares, which is $15, maintain the $15 market price, and a deck that's doing nothing. You even got the raw Mega Pack Common Gas Star Beast. That's around $6. This deck's doing nothing, but it's still showing value. And that annoys me when I see it like that. Moving forward, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. Market price holding this card be around $60, and there it is, around $60. Yeah, don't get this card. This card's terrible. Okay, listen, if you're playing Crusaders, I know you could go into this card, but there's a lot of other cards you can go into that's a lot better. I think Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss is not bad of a card, but for its price point, it's just not worth it. It's not worth getting this card. Hopefully, Konami reprints this quickly. With Plants coming on April, Market of Rose could be a playable card with the Plant Link monster, and Plants being a meta deck in the OCG, they very well could be a meta deck in here at TCG. I was waiting for someone to go, Plants will not be meta deck V, just like those Salamangreats. They're not meta. Don't be crazy. They won't win nothing. Listen, Market Rose is pretty cool for Plants. I'm not sure if it's going to be used or not, to be honest with you, but if it is, it's kind of like a change of hearts. Move from playing one Plant monster in your graveyard and equip this to a card to a monster your opponent controls. Gain control of that monster. During end phase, make sure to give that card back, though. And then during the standby phase, you gain control again. Market Rose is a really cool card. Market Price has the Ultimate Rare at roughly $3.60. The Eliminate Plates are $3. Now, I looked at this last night in my live stream. That's why you need to hit your notification bell. But for first edition Market Rose, it's $13. So $13 for first edition, near mint. There's no other versions of the first edition, by the way. Going on page 1, Eliminate Plate is $3. So it's it's $3 for Unlimited, or it's $13 for first edition Market of Rose Ultimate Rare. It's hard to, I know. You don't worry about it. I got your back. All you need to buy is DT2 Market of Roses. DT2 Market of Roses is about under $2. Looking at the market price, you see it a little bit higher. It's actually around $2.60. People on my market watch last night probably might have went in on this, but it's currently $2.60 and quickly goes to $4 to almost near $5 over here, where there's a 23 wall for Market of Rose. It's a good card, and I'm dead serious. I already own my 9. It's up to you whether you want to own any. If you guys want to go in and get these, or you want to wait, it's 100% up to you. Market Roses have lower rarity versions that have been printed, including the Monster League Commons, but more commonly is the Fusion of Forces at Super Rare, where they're 10 cents. My dogs are growling at each other. They're about 10 cents. Witch's Strike, another. Shadow! My dogs have to be playful during my video. By the way, I don't really edit my videos. I do! And you know I'll edit my videos if you see an outro my video. In the future, I will be editing my videos more. I actually have my map book. I'm working, setting it up with some programs. Put boot camp on. Anyway, Witch's Strike, another card that has a market price of $13 is actually around $12. And the thing about Witch's Strike is, I love this card. It originally had a market price of $15. Hell, during the pre-release, it was going for like $60 to $70. But it's still a great card. The reason why Witch's Strike is so low in value is simple. You see, Witch's Strike is low in value because control decks like Guru Control and Ultra guys aren't doing that much currently right now. When those decks do much, one of the best cards to side against them is the best card to side against control decks. Because the minute they go to negate your summon or your activation, you flip Witch's Strike and they lose. Literally, they lose. In order for Guru Control to come back from such a devastating card being played against them, they would need to go into Extravagance into the field spell. Can it happen? Sure. Is it likely? Not really. Going against older guys, unless they have a Melseek on field, and even then that's not strong play, they lose everything. Everything. Hand and field. That is a big deal. I think Witch Strike is a phenomenal card. I think a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh players are definitely underestimating this card because they're not siding against control. They're looking at Red Reboot and they're like, I can Red Reboot and maybe OTK. Whereas Witch Strike is, you can activate this and you can do whatever you want because your opponents can take a while to set their board up while you just instantly get a free shots at them. Up next, Ash Blossom Joyous Spring. Structure Deck Soul Burner Common. Mark Price has this card roughly around $8, which it is. It's $8. In fact, over the weekend, I bought 3 Soul Burner Structure Decks at Target. No, I'm sorry, GameStop it was. I always keep going around. At GameStop. And it's the wildest thing being at GameStop buying a Structure Deck when I'm a card shop owner. Thank you, Konami, store owners and subsidiary distributors. I appreciate that. Well, not really store owners. It's mostly distributors, let's be honest. Looking at Soul Burner Structure Decks and looking at Ash Blossom Joy Springs, you can actually buy these and sell these. That's what I did. A customer asked me if he could buy my common Ash Blossoms at 8s, and I sold them to him. So for the most part, I paid $6 for 3 Structure Decks, which I guess in that essence is kind of cool, being the fact that I already had Ash Blossoms, and someone else gets the ability to have Ash Blossoms at $8. I think this card's really highly overpriced. I think Konami's going to make more of these Structure Decks because they're so successful. Konami definitely want to capitalize, as well as distributors. And I think everyone's going to be running and picking these up because Ash Blossom is an $8 super rare, a common, as opposed to, you know, a tier 1 deck that we are seeing, that is seeing meta play. With that said, I think Ash Blossom's, the common will go down in value. I think it's very, very weird to see it's maintained a high value even right now. This is with the exception of Konami releasing more Structure Deck Soul Burners into the mass markets. If Konami does not, and this is all we get, then yeah, I wouldn't be too shocked anymore seeing Ash Blossom at $8. The reason it is because I think Ash Blossom Joyous Spring with Soul Burner will be mass released and Yu-Gi-Oh players will have more access to this card. $8 for a common. If you have any version of Ash Blossom and you haven't sold it, hold it and get rid of these 8s. You're basically paying $2 for a Structure Deck. Up next, guys, Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. A card has a $34 market price, but it's not really that good of a card. Unlimited has a roughly around 33. First traditional, like, he plays around 34s. This card is trash. Sell this card. I've been saying it forever, but seriously, so Nightmare Corruptor Ibli. One deck plays it and plays 3 of these cards, and even though it's good for that one deck has done almost nothing. And I don't think that deck's going to do anything anytime soon, because that deck is on the trend of going second, trying to OTK your face decks, just not as good as the other decks. And that is the issue with this card, that fitting in that one deck. Card used to see a lot of more play at 1-ofs, and I think that runs at 3-ofs for the most part. I think I had 1 regional top, that's it. The card's not good enough, and I definitely think it's expensive and should be sold as fast as possible. Up next, Domain of the True Monarchs. Nothing says don't play your extra deck. Seriously, don't play your extra deck, read this card. You're going to want to read this card as much as Domain of the True Monarchs. Mark Price has this card roughly around $3, and we're seeing it actually not at 3, but at $8. And this is for a OTS Tournament Pack 3 Domain of the True Monarchs. After that, it's roughly around the same price. There's an Unlimited Played version for about $6. It came on OTS Tournament Pack 3. You might sound familiar because it has Swap Frog at $70 in this. Also has Speedboy Terror Top on 1-of at $33 to $34. And who cannot forget Grand Post, a $15 Ultimate Rare, which is not a lot, but when it used to be 4 to go to 15, it's pretty substantial. Domain True Monarchs is definitely a card that is cool. But if you're thinking of playing this card, stop Salamangreats. Listen, I'm a big Monarch fan. I actually have my Monarch deck right over here. I might do a deck profile later on about it. I do love this deck a lot. But if I'm going to be honest with you, straight up meta honest, I do not think Domain of the True Monarch can beat Salamangreats. I'm sorry. I think the deck can easily out it. As far as other decks in the meta, I don't think this is that big of an issue, to be honest. I think it's a cool card, but I don't know why it has such a high value. Debris Dragon, another card from Astral Pack Tournament Pack 1, has a $14 market price. It's actually relatively high, and it's almost being bought out in the market. A lightly played version of this card is $18. For an image, it's around $20. The page ends at $25, and there's not many in the market altogether. There are 6 Debris Dragons, Ultimate Rares, on the market right now. Definitely higher than $13 market price, and pretty cool of a card. I'm actually pretty shocked to see the fact that this card is so few of these in the market. I mean, there's Goat Control, but Goat really don't run Debris Dragons. It only plant Debris. And maybe that could be a reason if Yu-Gi-Oh players starting to focus on plant Debris cards, and this definitely could be one of them, I guess. I mean, that's the best thing I got. Maybe someone could use them in Salamangreats, 500 or less attack. Sure. I don't know, to be honest with you. But I do know this card's going up higher in value. So if you have it, congratulations. It's almost about $20. Comment question of the day comes from X Knight. #Q4V says, "Hey V, I love your videos. Keep up the great work. Thank X Knight. Thanks so much. So last weekend, my friend and I got a card stolen from our binders. I lost $50. My friend lost $20. We found out who took it, and we have video proof. I already made a post about it in our community Facebook pages. My question is, should I post something on other pages? I don't want to post a video because the store owner doesn't want me to, and I respect their choice. I want to warn more people about these people. Any help would be amazing. Well, hashtag Q for V type person who did it correctly. Everyone actually is doing that. They're doing that. I mean, I like the 4 too. I like the little 4. Anyway, well, my friend X Knight, let me explain it to you like this. That store owner has a couple of options, and it all lies within the store owner. I think you know this already. As you said, I'm gonna stand back and let him, I guess, work on this. He needs to find that person, get those cards back as soon as possible. He needs to ban that person, or he needs to go ahead and let you post. The reason why he needs to let you do these things and not A, replace the card, or B, tell you what to do as far as post or not post, because it happened in his place of business. In any competent store owner, if a thief is found out, would not let that thief back in their place of business. It's not good for their customers, it's not good for the store owner because he can be robbed as well, and it's not good for the community. Any competent store owner with a decent Yu-Gi-Oh community would want that person removed as soon as possible. At the very least, banned for a certain amount of time. 3 months. Being generous, by the way. Also, if that happened during a Yu-Gi-Oh event, that person can get in trouble if that store owner was ever so inclined to by banning that person for a year. Yes, local OTS stores have the ability to ban their players, whether they're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Or they're at the event at the time in which Yu-Gi-Oh! Is happening. Whether trading or getting ready for an event, it doesn't matter as far as the eyes of Konami. Stealing is stealing, and if you are a Yu-Gi-Oh! Player caught stealing, you will be banned from Konami events, is what every OTS store owner should do. It's a simple form us OTS store owners have to fill. It's not that hard, actually. Quick form. Whether they give us our name or not, no big deal. We'll find it. Konami has everyone's name, Kasi ID, and it's not that hard to get it from that person. It really isn't. With that said, that if I was an OTS store owner and you got robbed, I would be posting who the person is. If I knew the person, I would first contact them, tell them to get the cards back, and depending if it was a good person or a bad person, a new person or not new person, it does factor in. If it's someone who was would come over to the store all the time, I would issue them a 3-month ban, with the warning that if this was to happen again, they would get a 1-year ban from Konami and a permanent ban from my shop. I don't play those kind of games. I'm not letting my customers walk in debating on grabbing their backpack and holding it to their chest when they're playing Yu-Gi-Oh! That's ridiculous. It's not community I'm creating. That's what I would do. That is the right way to do it. As far as posting online to other Facebook pages, if you don't get your cards back, especially by now, you actually one day ago is 23 hours too much in my opinion. I would have posted everywhere all over the place. I would have brought to light this person, and I would have made sure that I got my stuff back. Listen, if you know me as a person, I hate ratting out and I hate snitches. It annoys me. It aggravates to my core. But when someone does you wrong, you make it right. Does you wrong, personally and your friend? Yeah. You give them the option to come clean, or you go and get your stuff. It's that simple. Now, I'm not saying you go to the kid and start fighting the kid and get yourself locked up in jail over a $50 Yu-Gi-Oh card. Anyone who says, "Oh, I would have fought the kid," yeah. Imagine spending a night in jail with drunks, alcoholics, rapists, murderers because of a $50 Yu-Gi-Oh card. That just sounds stupid. You know what doesn't sound stupid? You losing $70 and that person getting a ban for a year because they did not want to give you back your value of which $70 and then getting banned from the store. That's the way to do it. And by the way, in my scenario of what I would do, that 3-month ban is with the cards going back to the players. If they say no, and I 100% have proof, and I show them proof, and they still deny it, at this point they're insulting my intelligence. They get the year ban, and they get permanently banned from the store. And it's very easy to do it. Once again, it's scarily easy for an OTS store to ban players from all Konami events for 1 year. Konami will always side with the store. You can appeal, but Konami will, if there's nothing thrown out there, Konami will go store owner, player, and Konami will choose to side the store owner, who not only gives them money and runs their events, but has no reason not to do this, for the most part. Stores can easily do this, guys. And the scary part is, stores can do what's called a recurring ban. Meaning, after that year's up, and you apply and you get unbanned, stores just reban you again. Simple. From Konami events. And I know a lot of you players on the comment section go, V, that's messed up, that's cruel, that's cold-hearted. I get it. But things like this is why it should be in place. Because Thesis community are little trash. I've never stolen anything from a Yu-Gi-Oh! Anytime in Yu-Gi-Oh! Event. Not in Yu-Gi-Oh! Ever. Well, I think we all stolen, but Yu-Gi-Oh! No. I did it as a joke once to a buddy. I took his deck and I put it on top of a dumpster. But I don't think that's really stealing as much as it's going, hey, seriously, get a better deck. I put your deck home. Listen, that's what I would do. And I would post that person because that person stole from you. You're not ratting when someone stole from you. You're telling everybody, this guy stole from me. He can steal from you. He easily stole from me. And store owner, he can steal from you too. It's just stupid at this point to even debate this. That's what I would have done. And to be honest with you, if the store owner got mad at me, they're defending someone who steals. What does it say about that store? Exactly. Anyway, guys, I really appreciate watching my videos. Please make sure to subscribe if you haven't subscribed before. Hit the like button. Comment down below. Hashtag Q4V. Whether it's the 4 of the 4, Q4V. Comment below. And guys, comment below in general. Normally I have a comment question today and I forgot to do it. Sorry. Thank you to all my Patreons. And you guys have a great day.